Good morning and welcome to the Property Talk Show, part of the Virtual Property Expo 2020, organized by Mogul.sg and supported by Vivid 3 Productions. Now remember to get your Expo pass at Mogul.sg. I'll tell you why in just a while. I'm Michelle Martin, your host this morning. A warm welcome. These sessions with me are designed to give you access to exclusive property insights and allow you to hear about buying opportunities that exist today from the players in the industry themselves. You're going to hear from 4 speakers today, each of whom have 15 minutes with me. And today we're going to explore opportunities to own properties in Cambodia. We're going to learn how you can get your hand on properties that allow for waterfront living and take a big picture view of how technology is changing the property game and perhaps even the future of real estate. But first, we're going to start at home and explore integrated developments, very popular in big cities around the world. Could it be a new trend here in Singapore? Well, before we examine this, remember, you want to be part of the full Expo experience, so get your free pass at mogul.sg because we've worked with developers on some very special deals. So we have great promotions on selected properties you don't want to miss out on. All right, let's get going with our first guest for the Property Talk Show. He has more than a decade's worth of experience in real estate and he specializes in luxury projects. He takes pride, he tells me, in matching the right home to the right person. Time to meet the sales manager for property sales at Guoco Land, Terence Chong. How are you, Terence?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me. It's great
Great
to be
speaking
here.
with you. So I can't wait to hear about integrated developments. I know a lot of people have expressed interest in, understanding what it's like, life in an integrated development. So you have more than 10 years experience in real estate in multiple luxury products. And when it comes to luxury properties, the name of the developer really counts because people want to understand the architecture, the design behind it all. So tell us, what is the philosophy behind Guoco Land's design concepts?
The public sector sets basically the framework and infrastructure for the city, while the private sector participates through the market, injecting the capital to develop the buildings for end users. However, the real testament of how good the public policy or the development is finally the user's experience. This is why no matter how large our projects are, we always start from the user's perspective. A building project takes several years to plan and build.
Mm.
And after that, it can last for generations. Thus, the development concept and quality must stand the test of time and be able to remain relevant over the long term. Having a good sense of the future is quite critical, in development. What are the emerging trends, the technological changes, lifestyle changes, and so on and so forth. For example, we've seen for some time how boundaries between the living, working, and playing have been blurring. This change has really accelerated in recent times. We've also seen that business cycles are shorter and less predictable, and almost all business sectors were facing one form of disruption or another. Thus, we put a lot of emphasis to make the homes or offices that we build as flexible and adaptable as possible. Another aspect of, I would say that livability is another thing that we actually look at. It relates to the philosophy behind our concepts as well. That is, design from the inside out. Okay, this is quite important. We have to design from the user's perspective. Okay, while the shape and the form of the architecture in terms of buildings external is important, but we do not want to let the form dictate the function inside. In an apartment, we place a lot of emphasis on the dimensions, the proportion of space and light, and the ventilation. All these are the consideration in our design and concept in all our developments.
Yeah, so it sounds like
Yeah.
timelessness, quality, relevance, they're
Yes.
all part of the philosophy of Gokul Land. But tell me, how do I know that I've got my hands on prime property? What are the parameters that define that?
There's a lot of factors. I think in the market, a lot of people has been bringing up the factors like the location. But to us, we find that the prime or premium the development is beyond all this. We define prime or premium based on in fact, three the big pointers in all our discussion: the location, the lifestyle, as well as community. Firstly, location. I think there are factors include the transportation infrastructure, I mean, for instance, the public transportation network, like the MRT stations, buses, traveling the distances from point to point. I think these are not just the factors that determine a development prime or premium. I think let's talk about the next factor. I think the lifestyle. I think lifestyle relates to the development concept and the amenities available. For instance, in the area, I mean, what kind of, the shopping, the kind of offers that does it give to the owners or the inhabitants in the area. F&B entertainment, and then as well as wellness. Okay, all these actually, it contributes to the lifestyle of that particular district. I think the next interesting point is like a community. I think that be it the authority or even in the private sector, we have been looking into community quite heavily at this point of time. In recent times, we find that high-end buyers give priority to living in a like-minded community. This is because they recognize that the community can eventually become an extension of their social circle. So for developers, we may need to take this into consideration heavily, when designing our developments moving forward.
Okay, so lifestyle, location, community. I know what to look out for the next time I'm looking for my prime property. I want to talk about the vertical city of Guoco Tower because I think that's almost synonymous with Guoco Land. I understand it's your crown jewel. It's also the tallest building in Singapore. So when it came to the vertical city of Guoco Tower, how does it fit in with the rest of Tanjong Pagar? What was Gokoland's plan in terms of, whether it rejuvenate the area or fit in with the area? Tell us more about it.
Tanjong Pagar, as we know, I think in Singapore, it's a renowned business center. I think you will find many office buildings in the area. It used to be very quiet after office hours. I think one of the reasons is the shortage of homes or families staying in the city. I think after work, everyone just make their way out of the city center, does their little activities when night falls. So in plans, I think the authorities has introduced a lot of incentives, I think for developers as well as building owners to introduce more dwelling units, which are homes, service residence, hotels, and all these components into the district, so that, to encourage people to come back into the city area and fill it with more social, the healthy lifestyle, the rejuvenate the enthusiasm and the passion within the development or in the particular district. I think completed in phases in 2016 and 17. I think Guoco Tower integrates 890,000 square feet of Grade A office spaces and 100,000 square feet of lifestyle and food retail concepts. I think with 223 hotel rooms in Sofitel Singapore City Centre, okay, as well as the urban park and city room events venue. These are basically the components that that makes the whole Guoco Tower as it is. So the 150,000 square feet urban park, which is included in the development, anchored by a key public space, surrounded by a retail village. Okay, we use it to hold lots of events and activities. Which we have held concerts, mass exercising, events, beer fest, etc. The very happening and colorful kind of events in that area. Such components introduced in the development actually encourages the social, entertainment, and healthy lifestyle functions, which indirectly actually brings people together. So it also serves as a green lung for people to chill in as well. So I think the development has changed the image and positioning of Tanjong Pagar into a premium commercial center, with also I think the connection of the Tanjong Pagar MRT station just below the building, in the basement. I think Guoco Tower has become commonly a meeting place for commuters nowadays. And of course, finally, crowning the 290 meters high tower is of course our luxurious 181 unit of Wallet residence, including of course, within the residence, it includes the Singapore's largest and highest super penthouse. I think that has been in the articles and all that, whoever is the owner has been published. So that is basically it.
Okay, well, you have to take us to the super penthouse. Is that on luxury level 39?
Sure. Of course, in fact, the residence actually starts from level 39 and onwards.
Oh, it
So
starts there. Oh my gosh. So what level is penthouse on?
Yeah, it is. I mean, on the 39th level, you're already at 180 meters on top of
My
the sea
goodness
level.
me.
Visit us sometime. I'll show you around.
Thank you. I'd love that because, as you mentioned, it is a very vibrant space, a lot of happening events. And I've actually broadcast live from that event. So I'm quite
Yes,
familiar with the area. It's wonderful.
yes.
So, besides the game changing vertical city, are there any upcoming integrated developments you can share with our very special audience here today?
Um, of course, I mean, we have another the exciting development that is coming up. I think it's under construction at this point. The, of course, the name of the development is basically Guaco Midtown. So this development is actually, I mean, it is actually located in the Bugis Roadshow transformation plan. I mean, the plans that we have actually had from the authorities and all that. So the targeting to complete in 2023 is the next flagship, of course. So it's actually, I mean, located at the intersection of the two development corridors. I mean, along the Beach Road and the Ophir Roadshow Road area. So the Guaco Midtown will connect the micro markets of City Hall, Marina Center, and Bugis. So it also has an increased footprint because we have actually acquired the land opposite of it, okay, which is the Tan Quee Lan street side. So that basically, I mean, has the MRT station interchange, the Bugis MRT interchange, that's sitting right below the land side. So of course, I mean, we are looking to poise it to become the new social heart of the beach road area, boosting the district's identity and vibrancy by providing a series of public spaces as well, okay, that can cater to different public events and I mean, and activities like what you see in Guaco Tower at this point of time.
Oh, so exciting. Can I start booking my units at Goko Midtown?
Sure, let's fix out an appointment then.
So people can do that right here at this property expo?
Sure, of course. I mean, we have a lot of information in our booth. So visit
Oh,
us. I mean, with all the information that we have, all the designated people, I mean, on board in the platform to
ooh.
assist for all the information that all our viewers need.
And I'm just curious because you really got me interested in Warwick residences. Are there any units still available?
Of course, the units available right now, I mean, that ranges from 3 bedroom onwards. Okay, we have a penthouse.
Okay.
So it offers the circle seat for you to see the next transformation of Singapore. I mean, when you're living in Warwick residence.
Yeah. Oh, I can just imagine the view. Beautiful. Terence, before we let you go, still got about 3 minutes on the clock. I wonder if you can explain a little bit more about the area, the Bugis Roadshow area, and what's in store for the area in terms of concept plans ahead.
Sure. For especially for this the Guaco Midtown, what we
Yeah.
are doing, because I mean it actually go in accordance with the authorities' plans as well. So what we want to do is basically, I mean, it comprises of premium grade A offices, public and retail spaces, an exclusive 33-story residential tower, which we name it Midtown Bay. Okay, of course, I mean, within the land site, we are conserving the Beach Road Police Station, okay, as well as introducing a one of its kind, the network hub, okay, which it is actually a business and social club, okay, for the office tenants as well as residents of the Midtown Bay to actually, I mean, to mingle and network, to socialize. So then, I mean, in anticipating people's needs in the future, we're basically plans to bring back the things that are good for the well-being of people, such as nature, public spaces, the scale, street life. I mean, the human interaction aspects that has been emphasized less during the development of cities. So I think the development will bind the district via multiple underground overhead passage networks. I mean, to the area as well as, of course, I mean, to the MRT station just below us. Next time.
Fantastic. Such a vibrant space and image you painted of the future of the area. Gorko Midtown, Midtown Bay. We've learned about Warwick residences as well. Terence, thank you so much. Such a joy speaking with you.
Thank you so much, Michelle.
You just heard from Terence Chong. He's sales manager, property sales at Guoco Land. Now remember to visit Terence and his team at their booth. Simply click on our live chat or inquiry features to connect. This is the Property Talk Show. I'm so excited to have you here with me. Next up, I mean, who would have thought that we'd all be gathered at a completely virtual property expo in 2020? But here we are with deals to be made. Did I mention that there are very special property promotions to be had? We've worked with developers for special deals on selected developments. So, hey, your dream house could be a click away. But speaking of technology, what lies ahead? I think it's time to look around the corner at the future of real estate with Professor Sin Tian Fu. He's head of NUS Institute of Real Estate and Urban Ecosystems. And we're going to ask the question, how is technology changing the property ecosystem? Hi, Professor Sin. Welcome to the
Hi,
Property Talk Show.
hi, Michelle. How are you?
It's really good to meet you. I'm really
Right,
passionate about this topic because here
right.
we are, because of what technology is allowing and all this mapping technology and virtual reality. So let's start with a
Mhm.
big picture question. Professor,
Right.
how has technology really disrupted and impacted what some say has been a very traditional, very archaic industry, the property and real estate industry?
Yeah, actually, technology disruption is not new. We look at the sharing economics, Uber for Grab, for even the food delivery. We talk about Panda delivery. All this actually, use of technology to improve the matching between the demand and supply, and also reduce some of these wastage in time, in the waiting time, and so on. I think in real estate, I think we also actually going through a very important transformation with the technology, because real estate services is actually what we call intermediation kind of services. You're trying to find the buyers and the seller to match the demand and supply together. With the technology, actually you can improve and also reduce the time in searching for the right match. So I think with the developments of technology, we can actually see much faster transactions and reduce the transaction costs and so on. So technology definitely have some impact, and the agents, the broker, probably they have to also up the game to embrace more technology. Otherwise, they'll be left behind, within this technology, uh, the way for technology disruptions.
Yeah. What are you studying, Professor? The matching between buyers and sellers, how that's being changed with the search function? Or are you also studying the impact of AR or VR, virtual reality on this industry? Can you give us a sense of what we can expect technology is going to bring to this industry?
Yeah, actually, we see increasingly the use of various forms of technology, whether it's AI, the big data analytics, or whether in terms of virtual reality, VR, AR, so on, even the use of drone to take some picture. All these actually have important change. It's a game changers, I would call this, because I mean, look at for example AI with the availability of big data, we can actually improve the matching function. Instead of giving cold call to everyone, now we actually can use AI to find out the preference. People who click on certain location, choose searching for certain type of property, they are looking for certain features, a certain location. So you can actually improve your search by reaching out to them when there's a suitable property. So this AI can actually help to improve the position and reduce some of the redundant work in the matching. And in terms of VR and also the virtual reality and drone, we did a very simple study. Look at, when people do some of the e-listing using drone and some of this technology, whether this can actually lead to a faster transaction. Actually, we do find that we call this time on the market. How long will the property be put on the market before this transaction will be completed? Actually, those people who use some of this technology, they can actually reduce the time on the market. In other words, they are actually able to sell it faster. But in terms of price, why we don't see the difference in time? In other words, there's no actually premium associated with this technology. But this technology simply give people a much efficient way of searching. So it doesn't, but actually it didn't translate into the actual price premium. But if you look at from the other aspect, if you can sell it faster, you can reduce some of these waiting times. So actually you can save in terms of transaction costs as well. So from the buyer and seller perspective, you actually reduce the cost in the end.
Yeah, I guess even with technology, you need some old school skills like marketing. So people should stay tuned
Mm.
because we have a session coming up on how to creatively market your property in this day and age for better property values. So, you still need some soft skills there. I wonder,
Yeah.
what do you think of how property developers are gearing up for this technology wave? Are they pretty much jumping on the bandwagon or are there still some laggards? What should they be looking at?
Yeah, actually, property developer have been adopting and also embracing technology in different way. You look at some of the project, with smart technology, smart features, smart home. All these are part and parcel of technology. You want to improve the quality of life to technology. I think with the growing affluence of the society, I think technology may become very important aspect. Just like your water and electricity, you cannot live without your 5G or your broadband today. This become an important feature. It's not no longer just additional features. It's just become just like your utility. You need the broadband and connectivity to provide the kind of interaction with people outside and so on. So smart technology is one form, and also especially during the lockdown, this circuit breaker, we also see them increasingly using virtual show flags and different virtual reality kind of method to reach out to potential buyers because you cannot visit the show flat. So how do you actually view and close the transaction? I think VR and virtual reality kind of technology become very useful during this period.
Yeah. So when it comes to property developers, they're one set of the equation. And then there's property buyers. And we know that the
Mhm.
buyers who are forward thinking are with us today because they, are excited about a virtual property expo. They want to check out these 3D maps that'll allow them to orientate
Right.
themselves
Mhm.
to these new properties that they're going to buy virtually. What do you say to property buyers about what's up ahead in terms of the
Mhm.
property technology wave?
Yeah, with these advancements of technology, now it's not difficult to put all the different virtuals, I mean the spatial characteristic within in the virtual way. We can actually visualize and actually can tour to the housing estate and within the house as well. We also did some analytic using our property price models. So we actually developed some spatial kind of price model, so you can see the price surface, not just a particular property in one area. You can actually see these property prices relative to your neighbor, to the or even to the region as well. So you can see the price changes, not just at one point in time. You can also go back to history. Look at the price evolution, especially you can see in a rapidly urbanized area like Singapore. So the price changes quite rapidly over time. You can see the concentration, especially when you look at the price. It started with the peak in the central area and see how the price evolved toward the regional and also the fringe area. With this spatial technology and this spatial interactive price model, you can actually visualize it very clearly. And then when you do your property selection, location selection, this will actually be very helpful because spatial differences really will help buyers to have better understanding, and also to match the affordability level as well.
This is amazing. So basically, we used to have to go through this linear thing, search property by
Right.
property to see it
Yeah.
changing over time. Can I already do that now, looking at the property price changes
Yeah.
relative to other properties? Can I do that now?
We have actually developed these spatial models, but actually it's still at the stage of refinement. So we
Oh,
hope to be able to
beta
introduce this.
stages. Okay.
Yeah. In fact, we actually introduced this some years ago. We do see the price surface as well. You can actually see the differences, especially for example, property near the MRT station, property near the good school relative to others areas.
Yeah.
You can see the price gradients. So it's give a very nice visualizations. The price effect, is for comparison purposes and so on. It's really a very useful tools. We hope to be able to launch it, soon after the further refinement.
Oh, well, thank you for giving us heads up. That's what this
Yeah,
show is all about. Welcome to the Property Talk Show. We're day
yeah,
one. I'm very excited to speak with Professor Sin Tian Fu, who you're listening to now, telling us about how technology is changing the
right.
property game. So, how should property buyers be embracing? What sort of new technologies can they be looking out for besides, what you mentioned around the corner? What else should property buyers be aware of that's going to help them with the data points for making their property search?
Yeah, actually, a lot of tech-savvy buyers, I think what they need actually is information to help them or to guide them to make more informed decision. I think typically real estate, unlike stock market, real estate is a very imperfect market where we don't see the transaction prices and transaction information easily. Not like stock market, you can actually turn on your TV and turn on your iPad, you know how much stock are transacted. But property are quite unique. So with all this technology, we can actually generate a lot more information. This can improve the we call the saliency or the informative kind of buyers, so they can actually make more informed decisions and reduce what we call the mispricing. So the mispricing can actually be overcome through this information sharing and also big data analytics, because I think it's not very efficient if people are able to arbitrage the price not because of the property characteristic and so on, but because of information's asymmetry. Okay? So I think
Yeah.
with this big data analytics, you can actually reduce some of this mispricing. We make it more transparent, and also can close the transaction better, because otherwise you may end up with problems that seller have too high expectation, they set too high asking price, and buyers want to buy a too cheap a price. You take a long time for this transaction to reach a concept the agreements. So usually this will result in longer time of waiting, longer time on the market. So this actually a lot of
So
transaction costs.
more
Yeah,
equitable deals, less time on the market waiting for your property to be sold as well, which saves on costs. And
that's
you
right.
paying a number that you know is pretty much fair given the history and the way properties around yours have transacted. So
Yeah,
fascinating what big data is doing. Tell
all
us
right.
about the way that the show flat experience is changing. Once upon a time, people thought
Mm,
there's no way that you would buy a brick and mortar $1 million property on the
that's
internet.
right.
That was in the 80s. How far we've come, right?
Yeah, in fact, this have been the quite common practice in our this part of the world, because I think we used to buy property off the plan. You don't see the property, you buy because it's just see the show flat. It's not common in other country where they want to buy when they can touch the property, they can feel the property, they can see the view. But in Singapore, it's quite common. In this part of the world, buying, we call it pre-completion sale, where people who just market the property before even start, just start building. You can actually have a show flat people are buying. So especially after the COVID, I think this using of technology become very, very important too. So you can actually create a kind of virtual experience, with the virtual reality kind of technology. You not only show the unit, you can actually show the view as well, the surrounding view. You can actually create a kind of walk through the buildings kind of feel. So I think it's very, very efficient in the sense people can really feel that what type of orientation, what type of room size and so on. Not only that, I think this technology can also reach out to people from overseas as well. They don't have to fly in physically to view the show flat and to make the negotiation. Actually, they can make the decision even remotely if they are interested to buy property in Singapore as well. So this is the beauty of the technology. You actually reduce the geographical distance, you cut short the distance, and so reduce the time. And with the technology, it's also 24/7. You can actually put it on the portals, and people can actually see it everywhere. US, or Europe, buyer from different time zone can actually view this almost 24/7.
So really sort of widening the potential catchment of
Yeah,
potential buyers
that's right.
beyond Singapore. Wow. So fascinating. Professor, it's been great speaking with you. Thank you so much for joining
All right.
us.
Thank you very much. Thanks. Nice talking to you.
You too. Professor
All right.
Cynthia Fu is head of NUS Institute of Real Estate and Urban Studies. Now remember to connect with all our guests at their Expo booths. Just click on our live chat or inquiry features to connect. This is the Property Talk Show. I'm Michelle Martin. Really great to be here with you on day one of our Expo. Next up, I've heard a lot of people say that this is their dream to wake up to the view of a sunrise breaking over water. It's part of many people's vision for your dream home. But make your dream a reality. Let's all sail into waterfront living now with Alan Toe. He's ERA's Advisory Group Division Director representing Keppel Land. Alan has a lot of experience. He is part of ERA, one of the appointed marketing agencies for corals at Keppel Bay, which is what we're going to be taking a look at. He's ERA Advisory Group Division Director. Alan Toe, how are you?
Hey, hi, I'm good.
Good to meet you. I wonder if you can tell us more about corals and what makes corals such a sought after development, really?
Corals at Keppel Bay is well located in District 4, harbourfront location, occupying a site area of about 400,000 square feet of land that consists of 11 blocks of apartment. It is a third phase of the residential development in the Keppel Bay waterfront precinct. First project there was Caribbean at Keppel Bay. Second was Reflection at Keppel Bay. So this is our third project there. The main key attribute of the corals at Keppel Bay is more than 50% of the land is surrounded by sea and greenery view. Each of the unit was designed to have a view of water and a view of sky. With the front facing the sea view and the back supported by Mount Faber Hill, it has a good feng shui factor for those development. With Keppel Land being the master developer in this area, each of their development are well thought and complement each other, with corals being no exceptions. Being well located near the sea with those waterfront features, it allowed residents to enjoy waterfront lifestyle living. Corals at Keppel Bay was designed by famous architect Daniel Libeskind, who also designed Reflection at Keppel Bay in Singapore. He has designed 15 iconic projects internationally. Just to name one of the famous projects will be One World Trade Center in New York City that was built in 2003. Corals at Keppel Bay has won the Building and Construction Authority Green Mark Gold Plus Award in 2016 and People's Choice Award in 2017. Corals at Keppel Bay provide a low density living of only 366 units. Compared to Caribbean at Keppel Bay, which they have a bigger project of unit is about 969 units and was built in 2004. It's about 16 years back. And second project is Reflection at Keppel Bay. They offer 1,129 units, which was built in 2013. So competitively, Corals at Keppel Bay only have 366 units. It's a very good size.
When was it built?
2017 TOP. So this is the latest project in Harbourfront. So it has unit layout of no two units are exactly alike. Wow. Meaning that every window, every balcony come with different size and different layout of the 366 unit.
Wow.
Yeah. And developer also use a quality furnishing such as polyform for the wardrobe, kitchen, and the doors. And it also customized, make triple E submission glass imported from Germany for all units. So this will prevent all the heat getting into the unit and the noise also. Lastly, it provides good livable space with its spacious unit, which is important now as a norm where people will be working from home. Last but not least, buyer can move in immediately as it has been completed. So we have buyer who is tenant now who stay in rental unit in Corals at Keppel Bay, and ultimately become the owner of a unit of the project.
Well, can I ask you, is that backdrop, your virtual backdrop, is that corals?
Yeah, that's right.
It is. Oh, I can see the sky is beautiful. And where is it relative to Caribbean?
This one is closer to Harbourfront MRT.
Oh, okay. So is it closer to Vivo City?
Yes, it's the closer out of the three projects. Corals at Keppel Bay is the closer to the Harbourfront MRT.
This is very important for shoppers like me. I had to answer. So tell us about living at Corals. You know, you mentioned that people who have rented there often end up buying. So what's the lifestyle like living there?
Being Corals at Keppel Bay is along the southern shoreline of Singapore, a location where there is expected to be an increase in development throughout the next few years, with the location turning into world-class waterfront project. So residents at Corals will be enjoying lifestyle of waterfront living there. Once you step up of the project, you can walk by the sea and enjoy the breeze. In Singapore, there is hardly this kind of waterfront project available. So the key attribute will be, geez, just a few minute walk to Harbourfront MRT, 2 stop to Tanjong Pagar MRT, 3 stop to Raffles Place MRT, 4 stop to City Hall and Dhoby Ghaut MRT interchange, 5 stop to Somerset, and 6 stop to Orchard Road MRT. We are easy access driving by through AYE and ECP. It just take you 10 minutes drive to the CBD area. Just a few minute drive to the RWS, where the USS and the casino is. We are few minute walking distance to the Vivo City Shopping Mall and Marina at Keppel Bay Club. Buyer will get a 3 years free membership to the Marina at Keppel Bay Club. So this is very important.
Sold. Count me in. Really, really fascinating. You know, people buy property, they want to know, is there potential for my property to, of course, rise in price, right? So is there upside growth for Corals given what you know of the developments in the Keppel Bay area?
On my point of view, whenever you want to invest in a property, you should study the master plan and follow closely to it. So whenever there's a future development that being announced by the government, our government will make it happen and transform the place accordingly to the plan. So what is the big plan in Southern Waterfront where Corals at Keppel Bay is part of it? This is the next great thing that we are going to talk about. The Great Southern Waterfront will be redeveloping to take full advantage of our coastline. From Garden by the Bay East all the way to Pasir Panjang, and is about 2,000 hectares of land. It is about 6 times size of Marina Bay. In other terms, about 2 Punggol. So land that Keppel Club sit on potentially will accumulate about 9,000 housing within both private and public housing. So just imagine, if let's say a HDB there can command sea view around there, will set a new record high price in the future in this development. New offices district in GSW, several big companies already have office there. Example, Google, Cisco is already at Maple Tree Business City. More office space will be redeveloped, which will bring more job opportunity. People can work where they live and live where they work. And another 2 parcels of land, the Pasir Panjang Terminal and the City Terminal will be relocated to Tuas. It will freeze up a lot of land space and future development there. So in a nutshell, those owners who own a property nearby will have the first mover advantage now, whereby we already know that due to the construction costs will be getting higher, due to the GST implementation, material costs will be higher, land costs will be more expensive too. So with all the above mentioned factors, demand for housing will be high in this area, and prices for property will be only be higher in price in future.
All right, you mentioned the P word, so I have to go there. I wonder if you can share some of the price points or what the current promotions are available for Corals to our wonderful audience with us here.
Sure. Besides the normal payment scheme that we have now, buyer will need to pay a 1% option fee, that means the booking fee, and 9% exercise fee within the next 2 weeks, followed by the buyer's stamp duty and any ABSD within the next 2 weeks after exercising the option. And then you can complete the case within 3 months. Now, we have a very attractive stay and pay scheme available to buyer now. There's 2 schemes of that. Scheme 1, you still pay a normal 1% booking fee and a 19% exercising fee within 2 weeks from the option date. Buyer have to pay ABSD and BSD within 2 weeks after they exercise the option. Then the buyer shall have vacant possession 3 weeks from the exercising of option, and balance payment of 80% of the purchase price will be deferred to 24 months from the option date. So this is scheme 1. But not forgetting, you must pay the property tax plus 6-month maintenance fee before you move in. So that is the term and condition. For scheme 2, we are very similar to the as above, but the down payment will be 1% booking fee and 9% exercise fee instead of 19%, still within 2 weeks from the date of option. So this is the 2 schemes that we have. So in short, the buyer can secure your unit and move in and stay with 10 or 20% down payment of the purchase price, having the 80 or 90% payment deferred in 2 years' time. It also means buyer don't need to take a loan at current moment. So this is our current attractive stay and pay scheme.
Sounds fantastic. So for both the promotions, you can defer further payments
Correct.
for 24 months. For
Yes,
both.
it's either deferred 90% or 80%. It's very attractive.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Really fantastic. Can you share, Keith? See, I came in Coral just because we were going to talk about Coral. Can you share what you personally like most about Corals at Keppel Bay? I can imagine you spent a lot of time there. And which units, what type of units would you recommend for prospective clients who are interested in corals?
Maybe I will sum up what we have left balance currently. In Corals at Keppel Bay, we have a wide range of type with limited choice you need to choose from. We have a last 5 unit of 1 bedroom. Bear in mind, with 3 projects over at Harbourfront. The first project, as I mentioned earlier, is Caribbean. Second project is Reflection at Caribbean and Chorus. Add together, we have about close to 2,500 units there. But only Chorus at Keppel Bay offer 1 bedroom. We total have 46 units. We have last 5 units of 1 bedroom available now.
What's the price? What is the size of the 1 bedrooms?
The size is about 500 to 600 square feet. Buyer with budget of about 1.45 mil can get a unit at Chorus that faces King's Dock view with no afternoon sun. If let's say you get high floor, you can command the view, partial view of Mount Faber. So this is a very good unit. We have last 9 units of 2 bedroom. Our 2 bedroom here is very spacious. A floor area of 969 to 1001 square feet to be exact. So prices of 2 bedrooms start from around 2 mil. And we have those facing King's Dock view and Mount Faber view too. And we have last 3 units of 3 bedroom. Prices start from about 3 mil to 3.8 mil. Those units are facing King's Dock view too. So we have 1 unit, 1270 square feet, selling with ID, cost you about 3 mil. Second one is facing King's Dock view, but it's a ground floor unit, 1421 square feet. And last unit is a deluxe, a 3-bedroom deluxe, is 1561 square feet. So you can see it's very spacious 3-bedroom. So choice of 4-bedroom, single level, minimum size is 2573 square feet to maximum of 3348 square feet. So our last 5 unit of penthouse is a single floor plate and dual double story. Very good size. It's range from 4725 to 4887 square feet. Still available. So our 4-bedroom and penthouse unit overlooks Sentosa. Come with a King's Dock view and sea view. Offer buyer the ability of the ocean, sky, and natural space. So I personally like the 4-bedroom layout there because it offers a very spacious floor area of almost close to 3,000 to 3,003 to 3,004 square feet. That is hardly available in Harbourfront area. And of course, with the great phasing of the sea view. So to sum up, this project is definitely a sought after project because every Singaporean or every foreigner who want to invest, they want to buy property next to MRT. This project is nicked by the MRT of not just 1 MRT, we offer 2 MRT next to Harbourfront and in between of Tarumaga MRT station. You want to buy near to shopping mall, we have Vivo City Shopping Mall. You want to buy near integrated resort, we are minutes away from Resort World Sentosa. You want to drive to CBD to work, we are just about 10 minutes drive away from CBD. We are, how many projects that is near to the sea? We are just by the sea. And Keppel offer quality finishing of this development. And most importantly, it was designed by famous architect. And there's a great potential capital appreciation due to the GSW. And lastly, those people want to enjoy lifestyle living in this environment, this is the project to go for.
Wow, Alan, really exciting. And don't forget, every unit is individual. Every unit is
Yes.
unique, correct?
Correct.
Absolutely fascinating. Alan, thank you so much for joining us on the Property Talk Show.
Thank you.
He's Alan To, ERA Advisory Group Division Director representing Keppel Land. So if waterfront living is what you've been looking out for to live in or maybe to invest in, connect with Alan and his team at their Expo booths. You can check out our live chat or inquiry features to connect with Alan. Wow, that was really, really fantastic to hear about those promotional deals as well. If you've just joined us, this is the Property Talk Show. I'm Michelle Martin, and we've worked with the developers to come up with some really, really special pricing and deals for you, which we will reveal throughout the show. Now, next, it's time to discover why property investors would be looking at Cambodia. Patricia Wee is the Sales and Marketing Manager for Spring CWJ Development. Patricia, welcome to the Property Show.
Hi, Michelle.
Good to meet you. So I understand you have more than a decade's worth of experience in real estate, and people tell me you're one of the best people to speak with about foreign real estate purchases.
In Cambodia, yes. I've been
That's
here for
great.
the past 6 years.
All right, so you speak from experience. So why are buyers looking at Cambodian real estate now?
Well, that depends on what is their objective of the purchase. Are they buying for investments, buying for their own stays? So we cater to various groups.
Yep, having a little difficulty hearing you.
Okay.
Yep, you're coming across loud and clear, Patricia.
Okay.
Maybe we'll pick up from the types of buyers looking at Cambodian real estate.
So normally, right, I will actually ask the buyers. We will actually check with the buyers. What are they looking for when they are buying the property in Cambodia? Are they buying for their own stay, own occupation, or are they buying for investments, waiting for capital appreciation, or to get some rental yield?
Okay, so different reasons, but why Cambodian amongst all the other Southeast Asian countries? What's so unique about Cambodian real estate right now?
Great question. Let me share with you some slides.
Sure.
Okay, let me share some slides with you. Okay, so why Cambodia is a lot of questions when I go back to Singapore that people would ask me. Okay, well, below are the reasons, right, why it makes Cambodia a magnet for investments. We first talked about the relationship between Cambodia and China. So it's actually a relationship which has initiated the Belt and Road Initiative. The objective is to build trade roads between China and the countries in Central Asia. So Cambodia actually stands to benefit from the Chinese investment in infrastructure such as bridge, roads, rails, ports, and hydropower stations. Okay. And on January 22nd, 2019, the Chinese premier has actually signed up a $19 agreement. The Chinese premier has actually signed agreements on the 19th of January to develop the Cambodia infrastructure, okay, agriculture as well as the health system. Then, beside the One Belt One Road, which is a lot of people is telling me, oh, I have heard so much about that. So Cambodia itself, right? They are also it's also a member of the ASEAN, the World Trade Organization, and Singapore government has been following out through its promises, and that is what is happening in Cambodia as well. With Hun Sen being in power for the past 35 years, it has a stable political. He has a stable government right here in Cambodia. Okay, it's a dollarized economy. So what does it mean by dollarized economy? Basically, every transaction, be it from a business, they are all transacted in US dollar. So it also means that whatever investment that you're buying in here in USD dollar will be very safe. And there will not be there won't be any drastic fluctuations with the currency. And two, exchange loss. There will not be any exchange loss at all.
That's a very
Okay.
important point. Not having
Yes,
currency depreciation.
that's right.
Yeah.
And of course, being with so much of the investments coming in, right? The middle class is actually growing, and we can start spending a lot more. In fact, I would say in 2019, the income per capita for the Cambodians have actually gone up to approximately $11,000 per annum. So that's actually a lot of money, which every month they will be bringing in almost $1,000 in income from $1,000 income per month. Okay, so we talk about investment coming into Cambodia. There is also a stimulated demand for accommodation. So we have the expats coming in from all over the world. So they have a higher standard of apartments for their living.
Makes a lot of
It
sense.
also has it also has a developing banking system. 6 years ago, when I first came to Cambodia, I would say no bank would actually lend any money to any foreigners without a collateral. Yes, so but now, for a foreigners to borrow up to 50% in Cambodia, I would say it's relatively easy.
Financing is so important. Just curious, Patricia, are you joining us from Cambodia, or are you joining us from here in
I'm
Singapore?
joining you from Cambodia.
Oh, okay, that's wonderful. My goodness me. Terrific. So tell us, in many places there are foreign buyer stipulations about the type of property that buyers can, as foreigners, purchase. Are there any stipulations in Cambodia? Is it any limitations on areas or projects or type of real estate?
Totally no. There is only one criteria, which or rather the foreigners, right, will not be able to own any land or any buildings that is on the land. Meaning to say, you will not be able to buy a ground floor unit.
Okay.
Anything from the second floor onwards, right, is open to the foreigners with a valid strata title.
Okay.
So they have full ownerships to the unit. They can lease it out, subsale, resale, or even rent it out.
And they come sort of with 99-year lease periods, or
I would say it's freehold lease for most of the properties here.
most of it freehold?
Most of it is freehold. I think majority of it is actually freehold, with the exception of a few.
You wouldn't be looking at landed property. You'd always be looking at second floor and up as a foreigner. Okay. And would I fully own this property, or would I need any sort of special residence permit or registration with the local government? How does that work?
You don't need anything but your passport.
Okay,
Passport
that's
and money.
easy enough.
That's all. It's good enough.
Just my passport. Are there any restrictions or limitations for foreigners in terms of holding ownership? Can I split the ownership to Singaporeans, split the ownership between me and another foreigner, for example?
No problem at all.
Okay, I'm liking where this is going.
There's no problem at all.
No restrictions, no limitations on the purchase.
No restriction, no limitations.
All right. And in terms of paperwork, I know in some countries they're more than others, the bureaucracy, you need a work permit, right of residence. Walk us through, the ease or what is it that we can expect as a foreigner buying property in Cambodia?
Actually, I would say it will be relatively it will be relatively easy. Okay. The buyer themselves will be, I only need a copy of your passport. Okay, then we will process the paperwork over again. Okay.
That's basically you're saying, Patricia, that all the paperwork would be handled by Spring Development,
That's right.
CWJ Development.
That's right. I only need a copy of your passport, and the rest we will be processing on your behalf.
Would you also help the foreign buyer, with financing with the banks in Cambodia?
Of course, we do that. We do. We actually assist the buyer to secure the 50% financing for their property.
So it's a max of 50% that I'm
Yes,
looking
it's a
at.
maximum 50% for our
Oh,
project.
terrific. Patricia, does the buyer have any guarantees for the completion and delivery of the project?
It will be stated very clearly in our sales and purchase agreement. Yes, there will be a 1 year, it will be very similar to what we are doing in Singapore as well. We have a 1 year liability, I'm sorry, we do have a 1 year warranty period for all our fittings and finishes.
Fantastic. Great to
Mm.
hear. And I wonder if there is a very special project or opportunity that you can share with this special community here at the Property Talk Show.
Access Residence will be the one for you.
What's it called again? Access Residence?
Yes, Access Residence will be the one for
Tell us
you.
about it. Tell us about it.
Sure. May I go back to the slide?
Yes.
One page outlook for Access. We have a land of 2 hectares, freehold, 640 units.
Looks beautiful.
Yeah. Okay. The location itself, right? We are actually smack in in between of the airport to the city. So we are about 7 kilometers to the city, as in the CBD financial area. 6 kilometers away to the special economic zone. So in terms of special economic industrial zone, right, will be the Watana Industrial Park, Phnom Penh Special Economic Zone, Canadian Industrial Park. So these are the places, right, where we get our corporate tenants from for Access Residence. So if you are buying a place and you intend to lease it out, so we get very good clients from this place to rent it. Okay. So in the immediate surroundings, right, Access is also within the international school zone. So we have a couple of international school, famous international school, or rather the best in Phnom Penh, within the 1 kilometer radius. That will be the CIA as well as the North Bridge International School. Okay.
Okay, sounds good. So far, close to the airport, close to good schools.
Yeah. That's right. So I think I'm going to skip all this, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So this is like This is actually the developments. It's completed. We have completed the project since late last year. Okay, we have 640 units. We have already sold. I would think we have. I'm sorry. We have 640 units. Currently, we have only 80 available for sale. The rest are sold. This is actually the last 80, and it's a premium block 1C. We have kept it to launch it after completion.
So this block is 1 bedder, 3 bedder. Is there a mix, or
it's a mix of units, 1, 2, and 3 bedders.
1, 2, and 3 bedders.
Yes.
Ooh,
So you will be able to see that we have actually a 50-meter long Olympic size pool. Okay. Well, the standard ones that you're seeing in Singapore condominium, it's here. Yeah.
Now, gym. We love a gym.
Yes.
Oh, that's
so
beautiful.
This is actually an overview of the lap pool, the lounge, and the jacuzzi pool.
What's the view like? What's the view like from the higher floors?
In fact, right, I would suggest that you might, really consider going for a lower floor unit.
Really?
Because of the distance between the building, the lower floor unit, you will actually see the entire, the panoramic view of the pool. And this is actually the night view. This is actually an actual picture that's taken from one of the units.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that is beautiful. All right. So any promotions that you can share with us?
Well, currently for Mogul, right, for this for this exhibition, we are actually pre-launching our Block 1C, our premium block for the viewers who are keen to know more about this project, right? They can actually contact us through the inquiry button over at our booth to enjoy special packages within this period.
Ooh, okay. So you do have special packages.
We do.
All we have to do is connect with you at the booth to learn more about it.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, Patricia, it's great. Really great of you to join us from Cambodia itself. I look forward to connecting with you. Cambodia is one of my favorite places on earth.
So I'll be seeing you soon.
Then I will definitely make a beeline for you. Patricia, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.